Okay, so welcome back. Now, in this slide, we are going to seek to explain or find out if HVAC is important in a building project. Okay, according to the U.S. Department of Energy, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system consumes more than 60% of the building electrical load. That tells you HVAC is very important. So, the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning picks about 41%, refrigeration takes about 6%, water heating takes about 14%. So overall heating and cooling is around 61%. Okay, so it is a very important subject matter which should be considered. Now we can talk about the comfort zone. Okay, so according to Ashley, the temperature at which a human becomes comfortable in a room is 25 degrees Celsius or 76 degrees Fahrenheit. Not only about the room temperature, but we should also have a relative humidity that should be around 50%. Okay, so it should be between 30 and then 60%. Okay, and relative humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air. This is very important because if you find yourself in an air conditioned space, or let's say a room, okay, and you have your air conditioning on, and then at some point, if it is too low, you feel like you're sweating. At another point, you may feel dry skin. Your lips are dry, your skin is dry, and all those stuff. That is a control of the relative humidity. Okay, so if the relative humidity is more than 50%, it will cause sweating. In other words, you are having more humid and the room becomes stuffy. Okay, then you see that your skin, you start sweating. And then, but if it is less than 50%, that causes skin dryness. Okay, so it means that your temperature is low, and then that will cause skin dryness. Human beings become very comfortable in the room when the room temperature is around 25 degrees Celsius or 76 degrees Fahrenheit, and then the relative humidity is between 30 and 60, but preferably around 50 is a well-balanced relative humidity, which is okay. So next, we are going to explain or understand why air conditioning is important. Okay, don't forget, in our HVAC, heating, ventilation, air conditioning plays a very important role on the other side. So why is air conditioning very important? One, because there is the element of cooling. There's an element of air circulation. There's an element of humidification. There can be element of dehumidification. Okay, in some of the modern air conditioners, there is element of ventilation, air filtration, and then heating. So let's take the first one, cooling. So it's the removal of heat from the surrounding. Okay, so when you have relatively high temperature, you turn on the air conditioning, or we fix air conditioning in there so that the heat will be removed from the room. Okay, so air conditioning is actually more about manipulating the properties of the air. That's all. And then we can also circulate or move air around. Okay, so we move air from one space to another. Okay, within that enclosure, because you see, when you check the air conditioning, it has that fan coil unit in there. Okay, that throws off the air inside the room. In fact, I'm talking about a split air condition. Okay, so we have a split air condition in place. That unit there's fan in there that blows the air. So that triggers the air circulation. Okay, if you have your diffusers, okay, your supply diffusers or your return diffusers as well, or your air terminals, what happens is that they also they circulate the air in the room, okay, with appropriate spread and throw, okay, and then that one covers up in that whole room, and then in the space, and then we call that air circulation. We have humidification where moisture is added. Okay, we also have dehumidification where we remove moisture from the air. If you remember, we touched on the relative humidity. Okay? So that is where it plays out. Okay, we also have air ventilation where we supply fresh air from outside to balance the amount of oxygen in the air. Okay, we also have filtration where dust particles are removed from the space, from the enclosure. Okay, I mean when you have floating impurities, you have some dust in the room and all those stuff. It can also suck that one also from the air. And then heating also, which is also very important, where we add heat. Okay, in situations where the room temperature is low, it's very cold, what you do is that you add heat in there to just make them comfortable in the space. Okay, so where can we apply air conditioning? Okay, you can apply air conditioning in your residential houses, okay, in your houses, in your home, in restaurants, hospitals, hostels, shopping malls, food processing, factories, okay, in production lines where the machines produce a lot of heat. We provide that air conditioning in that atmosphere, in that space. The temperature of the factory will be reduced, okay, and then the people working in that space will feel very comfortable working in there. Thank you.